Hello again, viewers, and welcome back to the FPL Kotu Classic. We are recording. Timestamp is what 9:40 p.m.
Oh,
Wednesday,
9:40.
29th. Yeah. So, Chama, how's it going, man? Welcome.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Not bad. Not the greatest of week for FPL,
Yeah,
but
at all, at
yeah,
all.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm doing well.
yeah. We're recording double game week 24. So it's our first double game week of the season. So yeah,
Oh,
it's so
yeah.
exciting. I remember. I don't think there haven't been anyone yet so
There
far. So this
haven't
is the
there haven't
first
been
one.
any. This is the first one.
Yeah. So yeah, a few things to discuss. We'll jump into that. But before we get into that, let's just talk about the game week and discuss some of the results. Just a few of the results.
Hmm.
Let me just put that up on the screen quick.
Let's go.
Yeah, okay. So shocking result. Obviously, the first one is Bournemouth 5, Nottingham Forest 0. This is
Mm.
the talk for me, at least. This was the talk of the game week. I mean, I saw the goals, man. I was like, wow, like because when I saw them going, I was like, is this the same game? Nottingham Forest conceding? Is the same game?
Yeah.
But yeah, Bournemouth has blown everybody out of the water. Like their performances have been really impressive. Like
Hmm.
comprehensively, man. When they beat us, I was like, yeah, but I guess a better team. You know, the coach is doing very well. I'm sure he's he's getting attention. Most teams are watching. Saying, who knows? Maybe next year, a big team might come in for him. Take advantage. But yeah, he's doing well. Clivert also flying under the radar, but no longer under the radar since I think he's had like two hat tricks, right? Two
Yeah,
hat
he
tricks
has two
in
hat tricks over this season. One hat trick of penalties, and then last week
penalties, and then yeah,
against
the hat trick.
yeah, last week against
Yeah,
Newcastle. Yeah, and then this week Dango took
Dango,
over.
yeah, Dango got his hat trick. I mean, yeah, it's free flowing, man. It's nice to watch these kind of teams that are always like scoring the goals. But it's surprising Nottingham Forest, who have been very stingy with the goals this this time around. I mean, went all the way up to second, conceded 5 in one game. So yeah,
Yeah,
the
definitely.
most
I think
the most
Forest.
they've conceded. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
of course, of course. I'm surprised in that way that Forest considered that much.
Yeah.
But again, considering Bournemouth, just like last week against Newcastle, what they did, I'm not surprised they can win at home against Nottingham Forest, because to be honest, I think Nottingham Forest have overshadowed what Bournemouth have been doing this season. But to be honest,
Maybe. Yeah.
they might be the most impressive team, one of the most impressive teams in the league. Of course, Forest is up there, maybe Liverpool, but Bournemouth, with the injuries they are having, and
That's the thing.
the
Yeah. The
free
injuries.
the free
Yeah.
flow, like imagine their attack. They are scoring goals for fun, but look at their attack. The players who are out, they bought a new striker in the start
Evan
of the
Nielsen
season. Evan
is,
Nielsen
is, is
is
out.
out,
Yeah.
and then the one they bought last season to replace Solanke, who was on the cover for Solanke, Unal,
Mhm.
he's out. And now, you will be expecting maybe this team, they don't have attacking players. They lost like Sinistera, who was also a starter at the start of the season. They lost
Cavani
Tavernier,
is also he
who
just came back.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then you look at their defense, it's similar situation at the back. In the midfield, they have similar situation, and then still they are still being impressive. And yeah, to be honest, the manager, I think he's up there for manager of the season with what he has done so
Definitely.
far.
If he
Iriola,
continues
yeah.
this way, yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Brighton 0, Everton 1, another shocking result. But Moyes is back on the wheel, so
Mhm.
yeah, he has experience with that. I'm surprised, Brighton, man. Yeah, Liverpool 4, Ipswich 1. No surprises there. We'll talk about that in the fan corner. Southampton 1, Newcastle 3. Back to winning ways for Newcastle. Wolves 0, Arsenal 1. Man City 3, Chelsea
That
1.
was the main talking point of the week. Wolves 0, Arsenal 1, because of the
The
red
red
card.
card, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
it's been rescinded, but then what
the damage
happens?
has already been done, huh?
Yeah. So what happens now? Like moving forward, like are they gonna review every decision? Because there have been a lot of decisions this season also about red cards, but some of them haven't been even rescinded. So I don't know.
Yeah, like
More inconsistencies.
I don't think they can review every decision. I think they should do what they have been doing, but I think they need to they need to improve. I think in the past I've said it. There is a lot of incompetence in the refereeing in English football. It's sad. They have the
compared
best
to other
league.
leagues. That's even more important compared to other leagues.
Yeah, I was listening to Mark Goldbridge, and then he was saying things like very very. I think he was right on point. What he was saying about VAR is VAR should separate from refereeing. Because the referees, they are having issues when it comes to overturning decisions of their superiors, of their mates, of their friends, overturning those decisions. For example, Michael Oliver was the one refereeing this game. I think Kevin Friend or something was the one official VAR official. Michael Oliver gave the red card, and then the one who was in VAR had the opportunity to look at this foul once again over and over on the screen, but still he went on with the on-field referee.
And this is not the decision,
on the on-field decision. And this is not the first time that referee is refusing to overturn a decision by Michael Oliver. We know Michael Oliver is the top referee in the league right now, but if the guys who are making the decision over him or who has to overturn his decision are his friends or are his genius, sometimes it's difficult for them to overturn his decision. So what Mark Wack suggested, I agree with him, is the VAR should be a different entity to the referee. So, like, they should not be close to each other. They are not supposed to be friends. Sometimes you want to cover up the mess of your friend. Even the referee or the former referees will try to cover up the situation. It happened on the day, and they will try to justify the decision at the time. But after an independent panel, who's not a referee, who's not part of the refereeing body, the PGMO body, they overturned the decision immediately. Almost everybody who was watching that game, unless you are not thinking with your head, and then you love the game, you will see a decision and say, no, this is not a red card. And it was so easy to see. If it is easy for us, the fans, to see that this is not a red card, why is it so difficult for the referee up there to see?
Like, my problem is, like, why can't they use it like how everybody else in Europe is using it? They're using it intelligently, right? And it is helping the game rather than it being like a topic of what do you call it again? Discussion where people disagree, or like, come on, like, it's how many years now since it's been implemented and we are still having these issues? That means it's not helping. If we are talking about it almost every week, it's not helping.
It's not helping at all.
Man City 3-1. Chelsea from we are not in the title race to now. I don't know, probably out of the top four. So Man City.
They are out, right? You never know. Are they out of the top four? I think Man City. I think Man City is now fourth.
I haven't checked the league yet, but I think last I checked, they were leading them.
Yeah, top four is going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be really, really interesting. It's up for grabs. It's up for grabs.
Crystal Palace 1, Brentford 2, Spurs 1, Leicester 2. Another shocking result. Leicester beating Spurs at home. I mean, Spurs, man, like, I think now we're on the topic. Let's just talk about it. Do you think they should fire their coach, their manager? Because I don't think this is acceptable for any top 6 team in the league. They are like 15th last I checked.
They are 15. They lost to Ipswich.
What else?
They lost to Ipswich. They lost to Wolves. Like they lost to Ipswich. They lost to Leicester. I think they even lost to Everton or something. I'm looking at the table right now. They have 24 points. Everton are 1 point behind them in 16, and then you have Leicester, who just beat them, 17th, who are just outside the relegation zone with 17 points. The gap is there. It's a difficult situation for Tottenham. I think Conte, when he came, he said some things. You can change the manager over and over and over and over again, but if some things don't change in this club, you are not going to move forward. And he's not a bad manager, to be honest, but of course he's a very stubborn manager. And we saw that when he played against Chelsea. I think last season or last season when they had 2 red cards, and then everybody was still in between in the line, which was absolutely crazy. And then you talk to him, he will tell you, I will change. Of course, sometimes you wanna have like you have to have an identity as a manager, but sometimes you have to think about the bigger picture. If he does not do that, then whatever happens is on him. I still think he's a good manager, and considering the injuries that they have, which have been absolutely, of course, out of this world, but again, we have been talking about Bournemouth. Look at them; they are having those injuries. They are dealing with it.
Yeah, they found a way.
Yeah. You always try to find a way. That is the thing. You have to deal with what you have.
That's the job of the coach, basically.
Yeah, exactly. The help is not coming up top. Like Tottenham don't have defenders right now. They are playing young players at centre back or Davis, something like that, at the centre back, which is very difficult on him. But like I think he don't have a lot of leverage now to stay in the team. I would not say that they need to sack him or something. Well, I'm not a sports fan or something, but I think he is on the edge. He is really on the edge.
Yeah, I mean, this is his second season. If he was, to be honest, if this was his first season and he's doing this badly, I would say, okay, you know what, this is giving the benefit of the doubt, maybe until the end of the season. But this is his second season, and yeah. Anyway,
but another thing they don't want to do is I remember when Mourinho took them to the finals of the League Cup, and then they sack him just
before the final,
just before the final, and they lost the final. I'm not saying if he was there they would win the final, but with his record in finals, maybe he would have stand a better chance than who managed the team in the finals. And Mason, and Ange say he always wins things in his second season, wherever he goes. So
maybe he might win the cup. You never know.
They have advantage in the League Cup against Liverpool because they played the first leg at Spurs. They won 1-0. Now they have to go to Anfield, which of course is not going to be easy for them. But you cannot they have a chance. They have a chance. They won the first leg, so they have a chance to qualify in that one. They are still in the FA Cup. They are still in the Europa League. I think they need to give him a little bit time, but he needs support as well, especially some players. Players. Yeah.
Aston Villa 1, West Ham 1, Fulham 0, ManU 1. So I think that was some of the results, or all of the results basically. And going to my team, 57 points, average was 59. This was, I think it's been a while. I was just saying this before we started the pod. It's been a while since I actually had less than the average. So, 6.5 million game week rank. Not the best, but yeah. My team as it stands, as you can see, Gabriel is, 7. Midfielder, he's one of the top guys. The Hall 2, Robinson 2, Verbruggen 1. Palmer has been a bit disappointing in the midfield this past few weeks, but Chelsea as a whole team is struggling right now. So, can't put that on him. Gordon with 5, Foden with 7, Captain Salah with 16, Rodgers 1, and Isak 13. Joao Pedro 1. Joao Pedro, if not for his price, he probably would have been out of my team. He's been stinking up the joint, man. Like, terrible.
Yeah,
the price is just there, because if you want to get somebody, it's going to be in that 7 million price point. That's the only reason why.
And he's taking a lot of yellow cards.
So how was your game week? What was your score?
I did worse. I got 55. I got 55 points in the end. 55 points, 7.7 million rank. Well, I blame myself at the end of the day because I was trying to be cheeky with my transfers going into the game week, and it did not pay off. So, but yeah, the fact I have a lot of transfers in my pocket, I can rectify that.
You're balling right now.
So in goal I brought in Martinez. I was toying between Martinez, Pickford, and of course the Crystal Palace the goalkeeper. So those are the 3 goalkeepers I was looking at. Well, I knew Pickford was gonna have a double this week, so I say maybe I should go there. But I was not expecting them to get a clean sheet against Brighton at home, away to Brighton, which they did. And Pickford got a lot of points. I think he got 5 actually. He got a yellow card as well. So yeah, not much different there, but at least I would have had him for the double game week going into this week. So the fact that Martinez did not keep a clean sheet makes it even worse. They were playing West Ham at home, so I was expecting them to keep that
at
clean
least
sheet.
a clean sheet, yeah.
At least a clean sheet. So yeah, I'm disappointed there. That move did not pay off. So in defense, I had Trent with his 5 point was close to being maybe a 10, 11
I
pointer.
celebrated when the goal.
Yeah, they scored. Yeah.
It would have been bad. I
Definitely.
was like, man, yeah. So I was like, yes, clean sheet wipeout.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Pedro Porro is still surviving in my team. Can you believe?
I'm
Can you
surprised
believe
he's
that
still there. What is he doing there?
he has been in my team all season? He has not moved an inch. You see, that's how. Yeah,
And
all
you have a
season.
lot of transfers, so why don't you want to take him out?
The timing was not always there. Just like I say, something I don't have the right timing. Like this week, why would have transferred him in? They were playing Leicester at home, so I say okay.
Yeah.
But now I have reached that point where I think it makes sense to transfer him out. I think this week is that week, which will be he will feature in my transfer plans, obviously. Hall with 2 points, Salah captain, 16. My boy Minte. We have a few things to say about him. He ended the game with 0 points, which was very disappointing. He did not start the game, and he took a yellow card in the end because there was some scuffle in the end of the game. He took a yellow card, and then Foden 7 points, Palmer 2. João Pedro 1, Isaac 13, and Darwin Nunes, who I was trying to be cheeky with after he scored his brace. I was a little bit thinking that he will be the one, the coach will start him because of this fixture against Ipswich. Liverpool don't need defensive midfield, that defensive striker who will drop to cover the midfield because Liverpool will dominate the game. So you just need a presence in the box, and he was the only one in the team who I feel who could offer that. But the coach went with his usual suspects. That is what is it? Gakpo and Diaz. And Gakpo, who I was blasting here last week, he came out with the goods. He got a lot of points.
Yeah, I wish I'd gone there early because it was the talk of the week. Everybody was saying,
everybody was saying it. Yeah, everybody was saying it. No, it was a sensible move to do, but like for 2 reasons for me, it was like I just don't like a player who is a striker playing as a winger, even though he is a striker. He will be in the box. He will score the goals, just like Salah. Salah, if he was a striker, we will still pick him in the game because he is the one who scores the goals. But the fact that he is a striker, but he is not playing the forward or the as the number 9, that does not mean he's a striker for me in FPL. But I understand. That was one thing. And the other thing was, just trying to be cheeky. And I have my thoughts about Gakpo sometimes, things I like about him and things I don't like about him. And all those things played a part. And I got it wrong. But anyways, Minte, speaking of Minte, it was a disappointing week for him because after his performance against United, he put in a great performance against United. Then he was benched. I was so surprised when I saw it because the games were at the same time, Liverpool and Brighton. He was on the bench. I could not understand why, because after the performance against United, he was the best player in that game. Everybody was talking, now is the time for him to step up and then, take it up after this performance against one of the best teams in the league, one of the biggest teams in the league. So to see him on the bench was really disappointing. But it turned out that he was late for the team meeting. Yeah, disciplinary reason that he was, and after I read in the article that he was in the Athletic that it was not the first time. So it's something that he needs to cut out of his game. We have talked about it on the Gambia Football Show. We have talked about it on other platforms. It's something that he really needs to be careful because he's now
reputation is very important. You need to be very professional if you
exactly, and he's the face of Gambia. He's the face of Gambia in world football right now. Like he's playing in the Premier League. Everybody, we talk about Gambian football. The first person you talk about is Yankuba Minte. So what he does there, reflects on the whole country. So it's something that he needs to be very careful with. But I'm sure he was very disappointed with it as well. And hopefully he will learn from it and be a better, be a better professional for that. Yeah, that's what I wanted to add on that. But game week was not great for me. 55 points. But hopefully the double game week will come better. We can move on to the manager of the week and the team and the league table.
Moving on to the mini league. I'll just share my screen again. The manager of the week is David Al Bagli. I think he's in Japan actually. You can see the Japanese flag in there.
David
So congrats,
Al-Bagli.
David. Yeah, Al
David
Bagli. Al Bagli. Yeah. So
Al-Bagli.
his team is called Goal with 89 points. So congrats again, David, for being the manager of the week in the Kotu Classic Mini League. 89 points.
Wow.
His team, as it stands, had Raya, Munoz, Gabriel, Virgil, Gordon, Captain Salah, Palmer, Clivert. So this is the guy that also gives all the points. He had Gakpo, so the two moves, Isak and then Wood. So yeah, these two guys were responsible for almost like 29 points.
Wow.
So that alone is a lot. So yeah. Then 1 second, we can look at the mini league update. Let me just pull it up real quick. Yeah, things are moving. We can see the mini league. Okay, in fifth, dropping to fifth is Hani Mukhtar. He's been dropping. Still at fourth is Bakari Minte, 300 Spartans. Moving up to third is Stones Jones United. And then second and first are still no changes. So Control Alt Delete in second, and then Lick It Up still in first place. So
yeah, nobody's getting Lick It Up.
Yeah,
I think
so
I think the gap is huge. Right? How many? What's the gap?
It's just 10.
Oh,
I mean, this league, man, I'm telling you, this league is something. He had a poor game week, 46 points.
Yeah.
So so there's so you can see they kind of gained on him. So yeah, the point is different. There's not a lot in this season, man. Honestly, you know. Yeah. So moving on to our next segment, the fan corner. Liverpool, you guys played. Who did you play again?
Ipswich in the league or the Champions League?
I mean, yeah, in the league. I don't think anybody was batting an eye to see that it's going to be a difficult game. We were expecting like a
routine win, yeah,
like lots of goals basically. It just happens that Saladin wasn't the one to haul in this game. It was Gakpo, but yeah. Your thoughts on the game? I don't think there's. But anyways, go ahead. So,
yeah. Like just disappointed that we conceded in the end. Yeah. I think that's the only disappointment I could say about that game. But other than that, I think it was quite routine. As expected. Everybody, all the players who played, stayed fit and healthy, and the coach could even rest some players like Gravenberch and players like Gakpo early on. A few players were arrested, and that rest was even extended to the Champions League. So I'm loving the way Slot is managing the minutes of his players in all competitions. That's the good thing. Yesterday we played in the Champions League. Good performance from the team, but it was not enough. We lost our first game in that. I like the management, what he's doing in terms of keeping all the players fit for the second half of the season, and hopefully that will play a part. Because last season, I think at this stage, we capitulated. We fall after playing in so many competitions, because we are in all four competitions as well. Going into this part of the season, because we are in the League Cup final, we were still in the FA Cup, we are still in the Champions League, Europa League last season, and the league. So the way Slot is keeping his players fit is really helping. That's why Liverpool are not really suffering from a lot of injuries. I know luck has a huge part to play on that, but it's also how the coach manages things. That's why I think Liverpool are avoiding injuries. At present, I think we only have Curtis Jones, who had a knock last time in the Champions League, and Joe Gomez is back. He had an hamstring injury. Jota is Curtis and Jota are the only two players that I think are out. Yesterday, Darwin did not play though. I don't know why. I don't know if he was in the squad going into the Champions League. He did not play. It's not important, but in terms of FPL, for me as a Liverpool fan, it's quite surprising that not to see him play yesterday. I don't know if it is a disciplinary thing,
something
or if
happened,
it is
in the background.
injury, because he was in the squad. He traveled with the squad. I would have expected. He was not in the bench. He was not. And the whole like senior players, Liverpool senior players. I think only Robertson, Gakpo for obvious reason. He was playing against PSV, so he traveled. Robertson, of course, he has not had the best of season, so that's why he was added into the squad. He has not played a lot, similar to Simikas, and the other players were just the fringe players and the young players. So to not see Darwin was quite surprising for me. I was trying to find out why, but I will find out that, and maybe we'll hear from the coach about that actually. But I'm happy with the way things are going, smooth wins. But this week we have a very, very difficult fixture, very, very difficult one against Bournemouth. We have an identical record, I think. For the last 7 or 8 games, we record the same number of points. I think they have a better defensive record than us. They scored the same goals as us for a particular period. So it's gonna be very difficult, and we're gonna play away to Bournemouth. Even though we win them earlier in the season, I think it will be a very difficult test for Liverpool. And if we win this one, it will be a big, big statement. You will never say that in the title race. If you win Bournemouth, it's a big statement. But I think if you win
this season, it is. Yeah.
If you win them,
also you guys have the derby too. Even though I'm sure you guys beat them most of the time, but now it's important. Like now it means something, for
and it's gonna be difficult too. 2 games are gonna be difficult because Moyes is making things very hard for teams against Everton, and we are playing away to Everton. So 2 games. If we can, get through these 2 games, I think like we can. Our confidence level should go another level in terms of the league. I know Liverpool right now. If we don't win the league, it will be very disappointing for Liverpool. But if we win these 2 games, I think that confidence, like we can start feeling very, very confident.
One hand on the cup.
I will not say. That's a bit too bad.
Two fingers.
Yeah, interesting.
Okay. On the ManU front, I mean, it's a win. I wasn't expecting a win, but it's a win nonetheless.
A good win.
It was a boring game. Fulham is always a tough, especially at Craven Cottage. It's very tough to play Fulham at their home. So. Like to get away with a win, I was like, okay, you know what, this was a good win. I'll take the 3 points. We moved from 13 to 12. So that's where we are finding ourselves now. Not even in mid-table. But positives, I guess you can say we didn't concede. There were no silly mistakes. And I think the team kind of cancelled themselves out. So we are closer than most people think. Højlund, people keep talking about him, but it's getting to a point where it's getting alarming now. I think it's like a confidence issue. They said he hasn't scored, I forgot the stat that I saw online, in 26 games out of 30 something, all competitions, all competitions this season. So it's a bit alarming because he's like, you can say he's the main striker. And even though the supporting striker is also not doing very well, but at least he's contributing to the overall play as compared to Højlund, because Højlund is not scoring goals, and he's not even like contributing towards the play. And basically, it's like even the small positives we saw in this game that you say, okay, this season is going to improve. He's actually regressing as a striker, and you don't want to see that, because right now the team needs him. We don't have enough strikers in the team, anyways, because we have issues with Rashford not playing in the team. Garnacho, who they said is going to be sold to Chelsea. And even though we signed a wing back, Dogu, or let's say, here we go, confirmed yet, but not holding the shirt yet. So we haven't had a left wing or a left back fit for 2 years, and we have 2 left backs in the team. So you can imagine this is huge for us. Basically, I would say it's very important, and it's the first signing of this new manager. But the striking department is crucial. We've always had strikers that score goals, but now the team is struggling and we're not scoring goals. Our striker is not scoring goals, and the confidence level is getting less and less. You can see the frustration in his face. Even the touches, it's like poor. So I don't know what the coach needs to do to get his confidence levels up. I don't know, honestly. I think in the summer we might need to get like a better striker. You can say, not a young up and coming, like a finisher. We need a finisher. We need to score goals to win games. And if the team is not scoring, this striker needs to find a way. No, we don't want that.
You don't want that.
It's enough.
David is on the market. He's on the market.
You guys can keep him. We need somebody older, somebody who's more accomplished than David. But yeah. Yeah, I just hope that we continue winning. At least right now we're not looking for top 4 or Europe. If we get Europe, that'd be nice. But we just want to finish in a respectable position. At least what, it wasn't a bad season, because the way it was going few games ago, it was like, okay, we might be fighting for relegation right now. So the same, because we had 15th at some point, or 14th. So yeah, I mean, it's scary, man. I hope that the team will continue playing the way they are playing, but score more goals and like be more resolute, cut out all these silly mistakes that they're making, and it's not helping anybody, because we're not scoring, and you can't be conceding if you don't score goals, basically. But yeah.
And what is your fixtures like?
Let me see.
Your fixture on, because something interesting I'm thinking about about the
Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace, Aston Villa, Spurs, and then Everton.
Not bad.
Yeah,
not bad.
Not bad. So I was thinking about the manager chip. What is it? Assistant manager chip.
I wouldn't use it, because I don't think,
because Man United are down on the second half, like the second table. That is the second half of the table.
Bottom half, yeah.
Bottom half of the table, yeah. So if they play against the teams that are higher in ranking against them, for example, if they play, let's say, I don't know Crystal Palace where they are ranked, but if Crystal Palace,
definitely,
they are just below. They are just below you. So the only teams you are playing next, they are 2 points below you. So, for example, like when you play Fulham, maybe Fulham was higher in ranking than you. So if you win a team that is higher in ranking, I think 5 places or something.
Yeah,
you get extra bonus 6 points or 10 points. I don't know. Just if you win against that manager. So those things.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. So for example, if you pick a Liverpool manager, obviously you cannot get that bonus point because Liverpool are
Liverpool is number
they
1.
don't play. Yeah. So but Manchester United being 12th. Okay, example, they are playing Chelsea at home, or let's say they are playing Aston Villa at home or Bournemouth at home. Just an example, these teams are significantly ahead of Man United. If Man United win those games, then you get that extra point. You know what I mean? Even though the way the season is going, it's not great, but you can still fancy Man United to win against these teams, right? On any given day, just like Fulham. Just like Fulham game, nobody like going into the game. I would say people will say, okay, it's gonna be difficult for Fulham, but you cannot say Man United cannot win this game, right? Right? You cannot predict that. Like, I don't think anybody will put their money in the bet and say Man United will lose against Fulham.
We could have lost. Like that. That's how bad we are. I think you guys.
No.
I think you give us too much.
No, the respect is there still. That's the thing I'm talking about. Right?
Yeah, bad man. I don't think you talk to any like honest ManU fan. It's like, I don't know where our wins are gonna come from. Me personally, I'm targeting 40 points as a ManU fan.
No, but in terms of putting your money, Man United will lose against the game. You will not.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Like you would rather put your money, let's say, like Man United is playing against Crystal Palace. Like you would rather put your money maybe a draw or something, but you not put your money. Man United will lose this game, like a better. So just something like that.
But also, you mean the chances of, obviously, is ManU is a big team. If we turn up, we are definitely going to win. So the chances you bet in our favor, basically. But
yeah. Most of the time.
Yeah. But
even though the team is not good, yeah.
Our team is honestly. Maybe if we get, I don't mind us signing another player. If we get the left wing back, he improves our team, because that means Dalot is not going to play left wing back. He's not the best at that position at all. He's been struggling, but we don't have a choice. We have to play him, and the coach has to keep playing. But now, if you have somebody new who's a natural left wing back, it improves the overall quality of the team. And if we sign somebody else, I don't know, like a 10, somebody who's gonna be a natural fit in that left 10. I mean, it makes like the balance of the team really well, because even though Ahmad can play either right wing back or right 10, at least the team is more balanced, because teams that we are playing now know the team is so bad that it's only one player you need to focus on, which is Ahmad. If they actually put 2 or 3 people on him, then that's it. Our creativity is out of the window. We can't do anything. But yeah, moving on to the double game week 24 preview. Let's just see what the fixtures are right now. Obviously, we know Liverpool and Everton have the double fixtures. So let me just put that up real quick in here. Okay, so Nottingham Forest, Brighton, Bournemouth, Liverpool, Everton, Leicester, Ipswich, Southampton, Newcastle, Fulham, Wolves, Aston Villa, and then you have Brentford, Spurs, ManU, Crystal Palace, Arsenal, Man City. That's a big one. That's the game of the week. Chelsea, West Ham, Everton, Liverpool. So we do have some interesting, apart from the double fixtures for Everton, who play Leicester and Liverpool, and then Liverpool who play Everton and then Bournemouth. There are some single game weeks here that are like, interesting. Yeah. Which ones would you say like you target as like a single game week that people might actually get points from, or that we should be mindful of?
I think this week is one of those weeks where maybe Man United. Yeah, I just said it. You can target the United players, but it's going to be difficult against Palace. It's similar. When you talk about United, you talk about Spurs. It's similar. Like the name is carrying those clubs, but in terms of like the performance they are putting in, they are not, putting the performance of the name that they carry. So Brentford against Spurs is something that people should feel they should target. But we will never have that kind of strong feeling, and then to the point that say, okay, let's bring in Bomo or let's bring in Wisa and captain them. We will not get to that level. Like if you have them, you will be happy, but you will not get to the level and say, this is the time to captain these players or stuff like that. So, but it's a fixture that people to target, because I think Spurs defensively they have been really, really poor.
I think if you have Momo, you should be very happy, or be.
You will play him, obviously.
To get some points, to get some hauls. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but not good fixtures, right? And Chelsea against West Ham, but Chelsea, they have get to that point where they are very unpredictable now.
They are struggling right now, especially what they said they haven't won in how many game weeks?
Yeah, since they said they are not in the title race, right? Maybe they win one.
They have been sliding down the table like gradually, even though it's not alarming at an alarming rate, because they just won, I think, when their last game before the game against Man City. So that's why it's not as drastic as you think, but they are losing points.
They are sixth now in the table, actually. I just see that Newcastle is ahead of them. Man City is ahead of them.
One win in how many? So yeah, I can tell. Can you?
Yeah. Let me. I will compare that.
It's not.
It's not looking good for them.
It's not looking good for them at all, honestly.
Yeah, 1 win in 7 games, 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, 1 win in 7. And before that, I think they won 5 in a row. So in the last 7 games, they only had 1 win. That was against Wolves at home. So which is really bad. 3 losses.
They also have a few injuries though, but it's not as bad as like other teams.
Yeah, I don't think the injuries can be a problem for them, because if you look at the players, I think the players also drop in form. We spoke about Palmer in the past. His form is dropped. We talk about Jackson. You had Jackson earlier in the season. He was
doing well, and then now he's back to
Sancho is still there. He was doing well. Madueke was doing well. So the attack was the same players are there. In midfield, you have Enzo Fernandez, right? And Caicedo, they are still there. In defense, that's where you will say, okay, maybe they have missed a few players. Who's the name? Fofana got injured. But the fullbacks, I think, basically is the same. The goalkeeper is basically the same. Yeah. Just the centre back, you can say they have lost quality. But Colwell is there still, right? He has been playing. So
he's been poor in form, against Man City. He didn't have a good performance. So,
it's a matter of form more than the injuries that they have. Like compared to Tottenham, you can say the injuries are the problem. But in Chelsea, you cannot say that the injuries are the problem, because the key players that we are doing well for them, they are still there.
They're still there. Yeah. And then Liverpool. Basically, it's 2 fixtures for you guys, but they're not easy fixtures.
They are not easy fixtures. Yeah, they are too grand.
They're not easy fixtures. when you look at it, like closely, you will say, okay, this Liverpool, they're number one in the league. Obviously, they should be winning these games, but the games are not easy. One is a derby, and the other one is against a team that is doing very well right now. So
one of the best, most informed teams in the league.
Most informed team, yeah. Let me just pull up my team for now, since I'm already on the page, anyways. I made almost 3 transfers, I think, or 4 transfers. 3 transfers. I had 4 free transfers. I'm liking this multiple transfers. I mean, it's nice. Just save all your transfers when you need them. You have like a mini wildcard there.
Bonanza.
I'm telling you, man. So my team, Luis Diaz is in. Who else? Gakpo is in for Jackson. Luis Diaz is in for Gordon, obviously. And then I think that's the only. Oh, yes. Pickford is in.
Goalkeeper.
For Fleck. For what's the other? Who was the keeper that I had before?
Verbruggen. I remember.
Yeah. So I have about what? Obviously, everybody has Salah. So three players playing in the derby, which is good. I think you need to capitalize on it. It's the first double game week anyway. So I mean, try to get as much points as possible. I don't want the points to waste myself in the best position. So my team as it stands, I have Pickford. Hall is still there. Gabriel Robinson. So backline unchanged. Midfield, Palmer, Luis Diaz, Foden, Salah, Rogers. I don't know why I still have Rogers. It's just a price point, but a lot of players, managers have moved on from Rogers like since the first 5-6 game weeks. I'm still holding on, but yeah, we'll see what happens there. Isaac is still in my team, and then Gakpo. So after this,
Isaac is a power pick for people this season.
Yeah, for now.
From now on, nobody's gonna sell him unless he get injured.
Yeah, because the strikers, like we know, the striker Solanke is out for a few weeks, and then who else is doing well? I don't think there's another striker that's doing well. Mateta, yeah, but he's another option too. On the bench, I have Joao Pedro, who I think he's on his way out. It's just the price point. I can find extra money somewhere to upgrade. I am going to upgrade. I'm not happy with his performances, to be honest. And then Wout Vass, and then Vandenberg on the bench for me. What are your comments on my team?
I'm happy. I'm really happy with your team. Maybe the only player that people will say, oh, okay, this player is not there, is maybe Trent, but you don't need Trent if Liverpool are conceding goals. And then with the fixtures we have, I think they will concede. He of course, he's getting to that level. He's getting to his assist self again. He's creating assists almost every game. I think back to back, these last 2 games he got an assist. And whenever he get an assist, Liverpool keep it clean. Usually he get a haul. But I think going with the 3 Liverpool attackers where you don't know who will haul, I think is also a sensible thing. Because obviously Liverpool will score goals, and it's gonna be these 3 people, these 3 players who are gonna be involved in the goals. Sometimes it might be Luis Diaz, sometimes it might be Gakpo. Salah is the consistent one there. So to have that option of Luis Diaz and Gakpo at the same time, it's a good thing. So just hope that maybe Liverpool get a few goals there.
These 3 are involved.
And they are all involved. And I can see them. I can see them conceding 1 or 2 in these 2 games. Maybe the Everton one less likely to concede. I feel. Even though it will be a battling game, it's the derby. It's gonna be a fight and stuff like that.
It's there. It's gonna be close.
There's gonna be a fight. Yeah, exactly. But I can see Liverpool keeping a clean sheet against Everton. It's possible there. But against Bournemouth, with the way they are playing, with the way their attack is fluid at this moment in time, the confidence they have, I can see them getting a goal. I can see them getting a goal or 2. So I think I don't see anything. Maybe Vandenberg over Robinson. But Robinson, with the attacking input that he has, you don't want to. You would rather have him. To be honest, I think your team is quite well balanced. You have 4 double game weekers. The sensible ones. Pickford is the goalkeeper to have this week. Considering he play Leicester and Liverpool, of course.
Liverpool.
The Liverpool one. You can say Liverpool are the favorites to win that one, but Liverpool will create a lot of chances too. probably. And Pickford, usually he gets
Pickford.
saves.
Yep.
So it's sensible. I think I like your team. I like your team going into this week. I cannot talk about any. I cannot think about any player that I would rather have in there, that I'm desperate to have in there.
Mhm.
You know, because then you have 3 Liverpool players. Trent is not necessary, and you have 3 who will start. So you're
Yeah.
good.
All right. Let's see your team.
Okay, let me go into my team. Let me just. I've not done anything yet. I'm still waiting.
No transfers.
No transfers yet, but I still have my
I had to
photo.
make, because remember, I think we were
Yeah,
texting, and
yeah.
then you asked me, "Oh, can I afford these players?" I said, yeah, I have money. When I checked, I saw that I think Gakpo was moving, like was increasing in price, and I think somebody else was increasing price. Pickford.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, like I had about 4 million, and next thing you know, like it was 0. I was like, whoa, okay, let me just make these transfers right now.
Yeah, to make the moves out.
I miss
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Your hands were first, so it's normal. For me, I have the 4 transfer, and I have a little bit of funds in the bank. Let me see.
That's good.
I mean, where do you find that? I cannot see that. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, it's bottom there at the bottom.
What 1 million? I have 1 million to 1 million. Yeah, 1 million to
Yeah, that's a lot of money. Yeah,
to play with in my team. So I'm not in a haste to make the moves. And I was not sure, to be honest, which move I was gonna make. But Darwin is gonna go out. The last week I did it. It was an experiment which it failed. It was just hope.
It doesn't matter. I think he might. If you take him out and then he's the one that scores the goals.
No, but I don't expect him to start. Like now I know he's not a starter. Even though he got the goals, that does not change anything for him to become a starter.
So the coach sees him as an impact
as an impact player. These are the players he favors. And if Jota comes, Jota becomes the option again. Yeah, that is the disappointing part of it. I was thinking, at least when he get those 2 goals, maybe the coach will reward him.
It should be a meritocracy where you come in, you do well, and then next game you start. Because it encourages the players. Yeah, that's true.
And that was the perfect game to play him against Ipswich at home. Liverpool will dominate the game. You don't need a player who will
rest your top performers, basically. Yeah,
exactly, for him to continue the form he was in. So that's why I kind of feel that maybe he was very disappointed that he did not start, and then that caused the issue in the last game. Which I'm just speculating though. I'm just speculating. I don't know. I'm just speculating. So that's how I see it now. He's not gonna start. So I would not want to pick a Liverpool player who will not start both games and then come in for 10-15 minutes like he did last time. And then Darwin, he will take a yellow card and it will turn into a 0 point at the end of the day. So, yeah, the fact I have 4 transfer, I can rectify that immediately. So, I will do it. And I've been thinking, is it going to be Anna Slot or is it going to be is it going to be Gakpo? I can go Gakpo straight to Darwin. I have the money. I can do that straightforward, which is the sensible one to do. But also, I'm thinking, if I don't use the chip, the assistant manager chip now in this double game week, when do I use it? So I've not really think about it. That is the thing. I've not really think about the options.
I don't think many people have, because
only the FPL nuts, right? The Andes.
The people have broken it down and know what the rules are and all these things. But to sit down and actually think about the fixtures and which manager you should pick based.
That is the disappointing part about the chip, right? Because if it was a chip that people will be like, my triple captain, when do I play it and stuff like that, like excited about it. I don't think people are excited about the chip. And then it's the mystery chip. That is, at least I can speak for myself. I can speak for you as well, right? People are not really excited about the chip. So, which is disappointing. So, if you have to do something that is cheeky, something that it has to be worthwhile, and this one does not feel like that. So,
I think I might just even play just to get it out of the way. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let's just like the bench boost sometimes when you just play the bench boost, so that you can get it out of your mind and then focus on what is actually important. I might just play it. You never know. I just look for like a team that's in the mid table that is on form and just play their manager for the next 3 games and then just deal with it there. But then the thing is, you have to also have money in the bank to use it.
Yeah. You need at least 1.5 million.
Like, why did they do that? You have to use my funds that I'm going to use on players. I mean, I was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
this
is
it's not that exciting, to be honest. It's not that exciting, and it's complicated for people to,
Yeah.
Game was simple. I
Make
think
it simple, man. You don't want more
yeah,
complicated.
the
It's
selling point
already
of the game was the simplicity. If you see, some people don't even try to play Champions League fantasy, and some people don't try to play those things
because it
because of the
requires a lot.
complex.
Yeah,
It's complex, right? You need to think about, FPL is for everybody. Like the spreadsheet managers, those ones that don't, they just make a transfer, and all types of manager, they can play FPL. The one who think deep. So that was the nice thing. So to add some complex to the game, I think it was not really something that was necessary. Yeah. But my team is looking like that. Sanchez, Chelsea fans are saying they want his head now. They don't want to see him in their goal again. And I have it in my goal. So that is a little bit of a worry. So if you don't play,
I
but
think you should get somebody else. Yeah.
Yeah. I have Martinez, but he played Wolves away, which, we expect Wolves to score despite their struggles. So that's the thing. And then you have in defense, you have Hall, Trent, the doubler, Pedro Porro, and then midfield I have Salah. Pedro Porro could go. He could go this week. One of the 4 transfers that I will make. You have Salah, you have Ahmad, you have Foden and Palmer. And then up top I have Jao Pedro. He, like you say, if he's not the price point, he would have been gone by now. Isaac and Darwin. So the 2 transfers that are quite obvious that I will do will be Pedro Porro and Darwin. And the 2 moves I'm thinking is gonna be Mikalenko, Everton, get one of their defenders, and then for the double. And then Darwin is gonna be, if I take out Darwin, definitely it's gonna be Gakpo. Unless I'm bringing Anna Slot and then bringing another striker in, which I don't even think about. Maybe Visa against Tottenham, and then bringing Anna Slot as my third transfer. So this is something I have been thinking of, but yeah, I will make the decisions tomorrow. What do you think?
I think your midfield is good. I think your midfield is good. Pedro Porro for Mikalenko. I mean, Pickford plays Leicester and Liverpool. They're defending well, so I expect them to keep a clean sheet against Leicester. Liverpool, not so sure. Is Mikalenko a bit more attacking?
Yeah, Mikalenko is a bit more attacking in their defense. That's why I choose him, because they play 3 at the back. Sometimes they play 2 sometimes, but usually he's the wing back. And he takes set pieces sometimes, corner kicks and all those things, which add value. Yeah.
It's a good choice, Mikalenko. So you have like 1, 2, 3, 4 players basically. Yeah. If you bring in Gakpo, that means you have 4 players. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's good. That's good. I don't think I see any. Maybe the only change would be get a better keeper for Sanchez if you can't afford it. Maybe like a Sales, or try and look at Nottingham Forest, their next fixtures. Even though he's Bournemouth, I hope it doesn't happen again where they concede more than 3-4 goals because they've been keeping clean sheets before this game, so nobody saw this coming. But I mean, it doesn't mean that they are bad defense. It just means that Bournemouth were clinical, against them. So yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, I think just look for you don't need to bring in the keeper now. I think Sanchez might do well against West Ham, anyways. But then start thinking about the best keeper to bring in from now on and see to replace him.
Yeah.
I guess that's that for this episode. Did we forget to talk about anything with the double? We've covered any other targets that might be like not favorite target, but like a target that people are overlooking for this double game week, basically in Liverpool and Everton, like the 2 teams, like Iliman Jai. Is it Iliman Jai?
Yeah, Iliman Jai is not bad. He's a striker in the game and he's cheap, so he could be an option to replace what's his name? Your striker, Zao Pedro.
I think I might look at him.
It's not. I think he's a striker. Yeah, and the price is living. And Calvert-Lewin is injured. He's on penalties and all those things, right? Alimanja is on penalties and all that.
Yeah. So anybody that's out there, I think,
last week he scored against Brighton. It was a penalty. He scored the goal against Brighton. It was a penalty. So at Liverpool, the other player that I will mention is Szoboszlai. Yes, he is at the back of him scoring a goal and assisting, but like he's very well valued in the team, He's playing as a 10. Like we don't, if he don't play, we miss him these days. That is how much he has. He's a really good player. Even last season, he started the season very well, and then the injury came, and then he dropped in form, and all those things happened, and then people started talking. Almost like it was a flop or stuff like that. Yeah, people will always jump on at those opportunities. But this season, he has been a different player. I think I have my critics about him as well, just like Gakpo, like in terms of keeping possession for the team, stuff like that. Those are the fun things in me. But in terms of FPL, I think he's getting in the box very, very often. So if you want to have a third Liverpool player, he could be the option. And he is more nailed than, I would say, Gakpo and Diaz.
So. Yeah.
So he starts almost every single time. Gakpo and Diaz can be rotated. I don't think he has a rotation. He only gets up when Liverpool don't win the game and then they want to rest him. That is the type of player, he is. It's not like, Liverpool are struggling.
I think he sets the tempo of your team, because
against he's the one. Was
it against us when I told you that when I didn't see his name on the team sheet, I was like, okay,
exactly,
I kind of felt a bit more relief. Yeah, and you can tell the game, like the tempo was missing. So he sets that tempo that you guys need to attack, like the pressing from the front, the front foot. Yeah. I mean, so Saboslai and Ilimanja are two shouts, I think, from the teams that are doubling this week. So yeah.
How about chips? Any other chips? We did not talk about it because double game is we don't talk about. But triple captain, people are thinking about
the triple captain right now. Especially, it's possible, and anything is possible. Liverpool might just go to Bournemouth and then just give them a rollicking. Like this opposite that happens with Nottingham Forest happens to them, maybe like a 5-0 and Salah scores a hat-trick, and then goes to Everton, also scores 2 goals. It's possible. He's the double. It's Salah, the best person you want to triple captain in the double game week is Salah, basically.
But the fixtures are not good this time around. That's the only thing. But again, I think at the start of the season we said something. Our Ben Krellin said something. Of course, this season we are not even deeply diving into his experiences and stuff like that. But he said that there's not going to be a lot of double game weeks this season.
Yeah, you can tell.
So if a double game week come, and then nobody's talking about the captain, triple captain, or the playing a chip during a double game week. Then when do we have
next are we going to play them? Yeah,
because we might not have a lot of double. And if the double comes, you have the bench boost to play. You have the other chips free hit to play. You have even the manager chip to think about. You have 4 chips to think about, and you don't have a lot of double game weeks to play. So there is a double imminent right now, but we are not thinking about the chips too much. And we don't have a lot of doubles.
Are we overlooking this fixture then, in that case?
Well, we are overlooking the chips, I feel. Oh, I don't know.
So which other chip, apart from the triple captain, and the manager chip, can you play in this double game week?
I think those are the only 2. Those are because you don't play a wild card before the game week, and then you load your team with double game weekers, and then play the bench boost, and then the free hit as well.
Free hit do the same thing.
Free hit, you don't like. You have the team you want. You have the 3 Liverpool players you want already. So what are you free hitting for? So there is no point free hitting. The only 2 options are the manager chip and the triple captain. So
the manager chip, I think, looking at it from the calculating, you can play it in other games, like in like further down the season, where you have a team doing well, getting up on those teams above. Like you explained before about ManU and something like that. But with the triple captain, like we don't, there are no other doubles that are confirmed at this point right now. So it's something good to think about. I think.
I think chip is quite important to play chip this way, and even the manager chip. Like even if like the example we gave, which is teams when you have like Man United playing against the lower teams, it's a good example. But you are very unlikely to have 4 fixtures, like you have a double game week for a manager to play the chip. And if you play it in a double game week, of course, if Liverpool win, it's 6 points. If Liverpool win both games, which is not the end of, like, it's a possibility. Liverpool win against Everton, against Bournemouth. Of course, it's difficult, but it's possible. What happens? You have 6 points already, and every goal they score, you add another point, which you get already in the double game week. So you will not get that, and you can also make transfers with your manager chip. Like if you don't like Arne Slot in the next fixture after Liverpool again double game week, you can look for another manager to give it to.
So, but it's going to be active for 3 game weeks, right?
Oh yes, three straight game weeks. So
that's not bad.
But you need to think about it. That is the thing. Which people don't have time to think about it.
Yeah, you need to. All right. So thanks, guys. Thanks, viewers. Thanks for supporting the pod. We are the Kotu Classic FPL podcast. Please check out our home channel on YouTube, of course, the Jollof Football Pantaba, for all your Gambian football content and other content there as well. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Goodbye. Catch you guys.